Hey there friends, welcome back to my shop. It's been a minute since I've posted and I'm so excited because we are finally to the countdown of opening my small shop. If you're totally new around here, I am Adeline Zook. I have another channel that's called Adeline Zook here on YouTube, as well as this one that's now called Adeline Creates. I've been on YouTube for over 8 years now and I've made so many different types of content. And this past year, I finally took the leap to start the process of opening my own small shop. I've always been super passionate about paper things like notepads, journaling, planners, stickers, pens, all of that type of stuff, as well as loving art in general and making my own doodly art. And so I'm opening a shop surrounded around those things, along with lots of other cutesy things that we love, like tote bags and other things like that. We'll get into more of that in this video. Today is a really cold, dreary day, and I have been more and more spending time out here in my shop. This is a detached building from our home and it's a perfect space for me to get my creative juices going and to work on just the logistics of opening a small shop. I'm only a couple of weeks away from opening. I don't have an opening date yet for you. However, I do know that it is going to be somewhere in the second half of January. I think when this video goes up, it's going to be right around the New Year, the day of New Year's. So happy New Year's if you're watching this on New Year's Day. And I am going to be really putting a lot of effort into getting my shop up and going over the next couple of weeks, and I'm excited. So we're gonna dig right in to a couple of tasks I need to get done, and I'm going to show you quite a few products today, which I'm pretty excited about, and just many more things to come. So the first thing I'm gonna do is go out and bring in a bunch of boxes and stuff that just got delivered. Some of it I actually opened up in the house, and I just need to bring the things out here. This has been an ongoing game of Tetris for me to figure out where to put everything as packages and things have been getting delivered, supplies and whatnot. So you guys are gonna come along for that game with me today. All right, I had to turn on the overhead lights because it's getting super dark and dreary out, and I think it's gonna snow. It looks like there's some flurries coming out. However, I am really excited to reveal these to you guys. These are my first 2 6-ring planner covers that I have designed from scratch. Every little square inch of them has been my own designs, and it's so exciting. And I'm having a hard time picking which color I want to use to start out my year, but I have latte and matcha are the names, and I think I'm gonna lay them on the workbench over here and show you some of the details inside. So first of all, the cover is very simple, and you're gonna notice that is the theme through everything because I am all about customization. I love being able to put my own stickers and that type of thing into my planners, and so that's why I made everything so that you can kind of make it your own. So the front is very simple, went with a square snap closure here, and it also, if you are a planner girly, you know this, it also has plenty of room to grow here. And it is wide enough that this covers your tabs on the ends. So I've had planner covers before that are more like here, and then you end up with your tabs getting hit all the time. Both planners have gold hardware inside, and then plenty of card pockets over here along with my logo, and then the other part of my logo over here, which is a hot drink to-go cup with a scalloped sleeve. This is a pocket, and so are these. So you've got lots of space in here. And then I purposely put the pen or pencil loop up here so that even if this gets big and chunky, you can still flip this out and put a pen or pencil on the outside if need be. The matcha is the same, but obviously just in this beautiful kind of muted green tone that I was going for. I love both of these so much, and I feel like once spring comes, maybe for spring and summer, I'm going to lean into this green and then use this for the cooler months. I'm not sure, either way they could work for either season. So the reason that I showed you the planner covers first is because these are shipping boxes, and I've had to really take into account the different items that are going to be in my shop, what size boxes I might need for different combinations of orders, and my subscription boxes. We'll get to that here in just a little. But these boxes are for, let me put one together. So they come flat like this. Let me fold it and show you. So this is how this one looks. I'm actually gonna grab the other size of this style box I have. This one here is just a bit shorter, and the reason for that is this is more so designed if someone just orders a planner cover and maybe planner inserts. So I'm gonna have 3 different types of layouts of the planners, and then like the inside, the calendars, all of that. And then they're also each going to have a option for a Monday start and a Sunday start. I heard you all, whenever you were commenting about this, when I announced that I was gonna be doing planners. Some people like a good Monday start, some people like a good Sunday start. It really just depends on your preference and your schedule. So there'll be all the options whenever it comes to that, plus a vertical layout, a horizontal layout, and a special mesh of planner and bullet journal layout as well. You all will get to see that. I don't know about in this video, but potentially the next one. I'm still working on designing all of that. And so I'm excited to share that with you. I'm almost done with it. As you can tell, we're getting closer, right? So this would be the right size, yes. If it was like that, or if somebody wanted some to-do lists or sticky notes or that type of thing put in here as well, it would work perfectly. Plus I will have like packaging and everything for these things as well. So it's not like it would just be laying in here. So it gives a little wiggle room for all the packaging. Now you might be wondering why I have one that's a little bit longer, because obviously we've got some space here, and I'm going to show you all the next thing I'm excited to reveal, and that is my caddies. I'm not sure the exact name, so maybe you guys can help me think up a really great name for these, because I've had several reactions to these products. The other cool thing is they're handmade by my mom. A big thank you to Ultima Replenisher for sponsoring today's video. It makes me so excited whenever I get a chance to share a brand with you that I already use and have been loving for years, and Ultima Replenisher is one of those. If you know me in real life, then you probably have seen me with my electrolyte bottle and hauling it around with me. I take my electrolytes everywhere with me. They're just like a must-have before I head out the door, and Ultima Replenisher makes it so easy with their pre-measured sticks. I can just add them right into my water bottle. I have personally struggled with electrolyte deficiency, so being able to take my Ultima packets on the go and leave them in my bag, pull them out anywhere, and use them is so helpful. Not only do all of the flavors taste delicious, but there's also no junk. They have 0 sugar, 0 calories, and 0 carbs, as well as being made from plant-based flavors and colors. And don't worry, there's no artificial sweeteners involved. Target is carrying an exclusive variety pack, and you can pick them up on target.com. I couldn't be more excited to see one of my favorite brands come to a store that I shop very regularly. You can click on the link in the description box or head to a Target near you to stay hydrated with Ultima Replenisher. I am thrilled to reveal these. I initially wanted to call them planner caddies because that was my vision whenever I designed these with my mom. Now these are going to be limited edition. They are not going to be something that we carry all the time, and more than likely the collaborations I do with my mom are going to be limited edition. She'll make a certain amount, and then whenever they're gone, and you may see them again and you may not see them again. So the first color we have is this beautiful green. They all have beautiful lace and all the pockets you could ever need. Now I love a good bag charm, little accessory. This one here I handmade. And it just has like a little cup of coffee on it and a little boot on it, just some fun winter things. And I actually clipped this to the bottom of my planner binder, but just for example purposes, how stinking cute is that? I love that so much. So there are 3 pockets on the front for your sticky notes, any of your pens, if you do junk journaling, your little tapes, all of that. There are 2 pockets on the back, so getting wider if you have a notepad or something like that that you want to put them in. And of course on the website, I will put dimensions and all of that. There are gold hardware D-rings on the sides, and then the inside pen loops is where it's at. You guys know if you like your highlighters and pens, it's so nice to see them all lined up and to be able to pull out the one that you want. So again, on the inside, we've got the same type of pockets mirrored. So we've got 3 pockets on the front side and 2 on the back with the pen loops. So I had measured for these boxes in case someone bought a caddy. I guess that's what we're calling them. A caddy, and they do have a bottom piece that sets in place to help them stand up, which is very nice. But one of the things I wanted to bring up, and this is the reaction I have been getting over and over and over from people seeing these in person, and that is they want to use them for their Bible journaling. The planners would fit perfect in here alongside a few other notebooks if you were going to do that, or maybe your sticker book, that type of thing. You can take it with you, all of that, but it would also be a great bag to take to church or just simply to have around your house, to have your Bible and your journaling things and your highlighters and your notepad and all of that in it as well. So initially I had gotten this type of mailer. This is one of my sticker sheets. It still needs a few edits. The font is wrong on top, but you guys can take a little look. I had so much fun hand drawing and creating this sheet, as well as many more that I'm working on. But the other day I pulled out these envelopes just to give them a nice test and realized when I stick the sticker sheet in here, it hangs out by like a hair and I can't really close it correctly. So these came today and I'm thinking that they are gonna work great. We'll give them a try. Yes, everything slides great into there. And also I would really love to do greeting cards at some point, and this size would be great for that as well. I wanted to give these a try just because I feel like they may not get bent as easily as like bubble mailers or something like that. So everything hopefully makes it to its destination in one piece. My shop is gonna have a good combination of handmade things as well as things that I have ordered from manufacturers. I just simply can't do everything, and so I have to pick and choose of what are the things that I can manage to create on my own, and then having some help along the way. And one of those things is my notepads. Some would call them memo pads or tear off pads, and I personally use these on a daily basis, and I'm always writing notes and lists, always, always, always. And if you're a pen and paper person, then you probably do as well. And so I'm kicking things off with 3 planner pads and 3 to-do lists. It just keeps getting darker and darker outside, and the flurries are a-flying. So I'm glad we're in my cozy studio talking about all of these fun things. But I'm going to go ahead and reveal and show you guys these 6 different designs, and they do match. They're kind of in sets. So as many of you know, I have done hundreds at this point, hundreds of meal prep videos. I have done lots of freezer prepping and just showing you many, many things that my mom taught me just with her Mennonite background, and just kind of passing that knowledge along, how to do simple canning projects and things like that. And so I felt it a bit appropriate to kick things off with some meal plan notepad. It is something that I use some sort of notepad or planner for every week, and I wanted to find a fun way to use my art and mesh those things together. So the first one that I have is a bit of a nod to berries and tea. And I just went with a fun green. I love gingham right now. I don't know, I am just fine with a little bit of gingham in everything that I'm doing. And so I just had fun putting this together. And so you'll have your days of the week and you're able to plan out your week. To go along with that, I have a list pad that matches it with a few variations, a few changes on the list pad. And so if you want to get them together or you want to get them separately, either way works. The other meal plan pad that I designed was kind of my thoughts when I think of like going to the market, just getting things like tomatoes and garlic and sort of savory. I was thinking that the berry themed one would be more my sweet, and I had to do a savory, right, to balance everything out. So there's also a list pad that goes along with that meal prep pad as well, but you don't have to use it for grocery lists, but you could use it for a grocery list. And then the last one is my sort of iconic, I'm feeling at this point, because it's really just been the thing that has spurred on my shop, but coffee cups, little to-go cups, things like that. I just think that they're adorable and they're fun to doodle. And so I made a weekly plan sheet where you can plan out your week. If you are not the type of person that likes to have a full-on planner, this might be an attractive idea to you, just to have something you can plan out your week on. There is also a to-do list that goes with that weekly planner as well. And maybe you're someone like me where you have a planner and you've got the to-do list and you have the little weekly pad. You just love it all. And that's me. I have paper and sticky notes everywhere. Like right now my desk has got a ton of notes all over it from just like trying to make sure I have packaging for everything and putting in orders and whatnot. So that order is coming soon with my notepads, and that's one of the things I'm sort of waiting on so that I can set a for sure opening date. So since I brought all of those boxes in, we checked out the packaging, which I wanted to make sure that everything fits in them correctly. The next thing I think I'm going to tackle on my to-do list is to get some drawing in. I'm working on my market. I don't know, it's gonna have some sort of title that has market in it, I think. And some of the elements I've already used on the memo pads, but it is far from completely ready. And so I think I'm just going to block out a little bit of time right now and try to get some drawing done. So up until now, I've been kind of working on these sticker sheets as I feel inspired, and there's a lot of them that are like partially done, like this one, and I just need to go through and like add in the details. And now I'm feeling a little bit of the pressure just to get it all wrapped up. Now the sticker sheets and my vinyl stickers are something I can make handmade here in my studio, and so I use my printer and then also my sizer Juliet. I love that. I used to have a Cricut, and I think it's a great tool if someone's just starting out with a cutting machine. But I did a ton of research, and I really, really love the Caesar brand better, or Sizer. Some people call it Sizer, some people call it Caesar. And this might be just like a little piece of information that's kind of boring to most of you, but if you are a crafter or someone that likes to do handmade things, it might be a great piece of information. So the Sizer machines, they use a camera to find their marks on where they need to cut, whereas the Cricut machines do not have a camera. I'm not even entirely sure what it uses. It's some sort of sensors, but I just know that it's not the same. And there's actually a little touch screen right on my machine as well, to where I can position things correctly, and it just gives such an accurate cut. Plus, in my opinion, it's easier to use. The program that it comes with and everything is easier to use. So anyways, little side note, little geek out on some crafting machinery. Can we call it machinery? Anyway, so I can easily make these, and that is going to be probably one of my next tasks, because I haven't started building up a good inventory yet. And like I said, I have a couple of weeks yet. I think I'll be okay, because this is one of the main tasks I have left to do to really get everything set up and ready to go. But I did mention that I'm going to have a subscription box. I'm actually going to have a stationery subscription box and a sticker subscription. So I am very excited about launching that, and I've been working on like the graphics and everything for my website. There are just so many bits and pieces when it comes to opening a small shop. I also want to do pop-ups this year, and so I was already researching where I want to go to do pop-ups. So as a lot of you know, my parents live in Florida, and so my mom has been sewing down there and sending me the stuff here to central Pennsylvania, and there is opportunity for me to go to festivals and markets down there. There's like a strawberry festival that I think would be so fun, and then there is some other things here in Pennsylvania. Of course, we have New York that's not that far away, and so I'm willing to travel to go to some markets and festivals. I think that would be so fun to do pop-ups, and it would be really, really special if I could do it in an area where you guys could come and see my stuff in real life. Is that what we still say? That used to be an old YouTube term, was like when we would say in real life. I don't know if that's what everybody says now, but anyways, so all these little things, like I just keep realizing like, oh, I don't have like some sort of packaging for that or envelope for that or whatnot. And I know that people go back and forth with stationery shops on whether or not to put things into like cellophane packaging. Some people prefer that, some people don't. My concern is that stuff would not arrive like dinged up or just like not very nice looking if it's not in some sort of protective packaging. So that's the route I'm taking for the moment. So on the note of machinery, this is my guillotine, and this thing is so awesome. I am going to go ahead and cut a little bit of paper. I love these little tools. I don't even remember. I think I might have found these from a small shop, but on Amazon. But they're great for lining up things and making sure everything is straight. And one thing that I'm going to start out by doing is printing my planners in-house. So the planner inserts in-house One of the reasons being is I've been really struggling to find quality paper from printers that would print large quantities. And so I really want to make sure that my planners have a good quality paper. And so it's just easier for me right now until I get too many orders that I can't handle it, for me to make them in-house. See, and just like that, it cuts an entire stack of paper. And the type of paper that I'm using in my planners comes at a better price in these larger sizes. So that is why I'm cutting these, and then they'll actually get cut again into the A5 size. And maybe I should have mentioned that. The planners are A5 size. And in only a couple of cuts, I have a stack of paper that's bigger than my hand. So makes life a lot easier. I was so excited to reveal these items to you all and just share what I've been up to and getting ready. You guys are gonna see more content like this. And I guess I wanted to acknowledge the fact that I changed the name of this channel, and I did that for a couple of reasons. One of them is that my creativity is going outside of my home in this way, but also I want to focus this channel more on DIYs. You guys are going to see DIY projects in my house like you have in the past, doing the home organization, and also having studio days where I'm working like today. And then if you guys noticed, my main channel that was called Adeline's Kitchen has now been called Adeline Zook. And that is my last name, in case you guys wondered, or you've seen it written and you don't know how to say it, because some people will say Zook. Since whenever you see it spelled, it looks like zoo with a K. But that channel will be more focused on weeks in my life, just kind of taking you along with me. There's going to be meal prepping, or I should say cooking, in between there, but it's going to be a little less focused on just meal prep days. I'm going to take you guys back to a bit of what I used to do, and that is just taking you through life with me. I am a homeschool mom as well as doing all of this, and I have other interests outside of meal prepping, and so I'm just excited for this shift and this change with the new year, and just really looking forward to this next year with all of these fun things coming. I know that today's video probably wasn't very long, or maybe it is. I don't know. Sometimes I think that it feels like a short video, and then I sit down to edit everything and I have a whole lot more footage than I think I do. But maybe it felt simple. But I wanted to share these things with you, and I am thrilled to hear all of your feedback and the things that you guys think about this. And it's a totally new thing for me, especially with the fact that this is not the type of content that my channels have put out before. I have not really shared my personal love of art and planners and all of that. I've mentioned it many times through the years of doing YouTube, but it's not been the direct focus of my content. And so I'm taking a leap of faith and stepping out and doing something totally different than what I have done a lot of before. So I hope that you guys are here for it for sure. And if this is the first video of mine that you're seeing, I hope that you hit the subscribe button and join me on this crazy journey of opening my small shop. And if you've been here a long time, I'm so glad that you are still here, even through the ups and downs, highs and lows of life. And I'm excited to take a more personal aspect to my main channel as well, and you guys can get to know me a bit again if you've been a long-time viewer, or maybe it will be your first time just really getting to see more of the personal side of life for me. Either way, I'm grateful for you guys to be watching. Leave me a comment below. I want to hear from you all. Give this video a like, and I'll see you guys in my next video.